Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be discussing about API gateways. So today in the era of microservice architecture, API gateway is very common to be used in your application. But today many engineers confuse API gateway with load balancer, reverse proxy, or they treat it as a backend server. So today we'll fix that confusion. By end of this video, you'll understand why API gateway exists and what problem it solves and how the requests flow through it. Before understanding API gateway, let's understand monolith architecture quickly. Okay, so in early days, many startup begin with monolith architecture. Okay, so this flow is very simple. The client application hit backend server directly and backend will hit database. So backend handle everything: authentication, order, payment, notification, product APIs. Everything is packed inside one application only. So this is simple and this is easy deployment, easy debugging, and easy communication process. For small scale, this is perfect. But what happens when a company grows? Then this architecture becomes a problem. So in that case, we need something called as microservice architecture. Okay, so team breaks monolith into microservices. Now, client will hit a particular service only which they want to request. For example, if they want to perform any user related actions, so they will hit user service. If they want to order something, they will hit order service. If they are dealing with payment, they will hit payment service, and then so on for notification and other services. Okay, so all these services are a separate project in the microservice architecture. Okay, at first this looks great because now we have independent deployments, independent scaling, and better ownership. But now think from front end perspective, from your client perspective. Now your mobile app or your web app suddenly needs to know which API belongs to which service, because now your UI will have to determine and they will have to call that particular service inside your architecture. And that becomes messy. You do not want your client to call to each endpoint separately. You want a designated center point system there. And if you do not have that designated center point that can route all your client requests, then what happens? Front end directly calls or talks to many services. So problem number one that you'll face is too many endpoints because front end managing multiple URLs here. Second problem, you will face the authentication duplication. Now, when front end will call user service, then the authentication will take place in the user. When front end will call the order service, then again authentication will take place on the order service. So authentication logic is becoming duplicate here. Third problem you will face is security exposed. All services you are exposing directly to the client. So this is again a huge risk. And fourth point, tight coupling. Now, front end knows your internal architecture. If backend changes, then front end will have to change again. So this is a bad design. So engineer needs a good solution for that, so that front end only calls a single designated point and then internally it will route to different services. So for that, API gateway comes into the picture. Now let's understand API gateway workflow by this simple hotel example. Now, treat your API gateway as the hotel receptionist. So, for example, the user one comes with a request to book a room. Now, if the API gateway is not there, user one will directly go and book room for himself by his own, which is not correct. Okay, so user one should go to a center point of the hotel, that is receptionist. So if the request is for room booking, it will route you to the particular designated person who will book your room. Okay. Now user 2 comes who wants to access restaurant. They do not want to book room. Receptionist will route it to the restaurant, that this is our restaurant. You can go here and you can have your lunch, dinner, anything. User 3 comes for support request. Okay, so The receptionist again will route it to the support service, that this is the place where you can do your activity. Okay, if the receptionist is not there, if you remove the receptionist from the hotel, what will happen? Everything becomes messy. Everyone is doing the booking himself. Everyone is directly moving to the restaurant without checking on the limit and all, by authenticating if they are genuine user or not. And the support request also going directly fixing everything. So the things becoming messy in this case. So now you know the way receptionist is very crucial for the hotel management or hotel functioning. In similar way, API gateway is very crucial when a client is supposed to communicate to server in a microservice architecture. So now, when API gateway enters, your architecture will become client will hit API gateway first, and API gateway will hit to your particular designated microservice. Client will not hit any service directly. So the first responsibility of API gateway is request routing. The API gateway analyzes the incoming request and direct them to correct backend microservice. Okay, so any changes in microservice will not affect your front end because it is hitting only a single point, that is API gateway. And API gateway will redirect it to the designated service which client is requesting. Second major responsibility of API gateway is authentication. So there will be a single point where all this authentication will take place for all the requests. Okay, suppose user send request, then gateway first validate its JWT token, its session token, API key. If the token is invalid, then your request is blocked at the API gateway itself. Okay, so request never reaches backend services. So this improves your security performance, and this makes the standardization of your application. Third important functioning of API gateway is rate limiting. Now imagine a public API. One user send 10,000 requests per minute. So it could be a bot, it could be a hacker, or any bad client behavior or request. So gateway can stop this kind of behavior. So example, you add a rate limit of 100 requests per minute. So beyond that, all requests will be rejected. So this protect your backend system from shutting down due to unnecessary requests, and that is called rate limiting. Another good useful working of API gateway is response aggregation. Suppose mobile app open any profile page. It needs user info, order history, or maybe recommendations. So without gateway, frontend makes 3 API calls. With gateway, frontend will make only one call. Gateway internally calls all the services, combine the responses, and returns a single response to the client. So this improves faster front-end performance and cleaner front-end code. Another important feature of gateway is logging or monitoring at a single place. Since all traffic will pass through gateway only, it becomes a perfect place for all logging, all monitoring, all analytics or metrics that you want to store somewhere. What if gateway fails? Because you have a single gateway, and if that fails, all your incoming requests will fail. Correct? Your entire system will fail. So in that case, what you should do, you should always create replicas of your gateway as well. Like many companies, like many big companies, they solve this bottleneck of single point failure of gateway. They scale it horizontally. So architecture in that case becomes like client will hit the load balancer first. Okay, and then load balancer will hit the multiple API gateway. Okay, so there is extra layer that will added before the API gateways, that is load balancer, and then load balancer will distribute the load to all API gateway equally, and then API gateways, each API gateway basically will redirect request to the services separately. So in that case, if one gateway fails, other will continue. So to sum up this complete explanation, it is a central entry point that simplifies, secures, and manages communication between client and microservices. So that is all about API gateway. Now I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.